Good morning student. Today we are learn about the next topic in chapter number 8. Functions of RBCs, that is red blood corpuscles. The first function is transport of respiratory gases, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen. The transport of respiratory gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide can be transported by the red blood corpuscles. Here in the figure, the oxygen which can be taken in the lung, it can be transported by RBCs. This is the oxygen in red blood cells, and this oxygen is that is oxygen contain red blood cells. This oxygen is carried by the RBCs and it can be transported to the body cells. And here in the body cells, the carbon dioxide, it can be collected by these RBCs and it can be transported by RBCs and exhaled out of the body. The second function is maintaining pH and viscosity of blood. pH maintain and viscosity of blood. What is viscosity? Viscosity, it is the state of being thick, sticky and semi-fluid in consistency due to internal friction. The blood viscosity is maintained by the RBCs. Then the next function, it contribute in the process of blood clotting. It can be contribute in the process of blood clotting. What is blood clotting? Blood clotting is an important process that prevents excessive bleeding when a blood vessel is injured. That means when the blood vessel is injured, the excessive bleeding is prevented by the process. This process is called as blood clotting, or it is also called as coagulation. Here in this figure, the blood clotting substances can be produced and this can be carried by the RBCs, or it can contribute the process of blood clotting. Then hematocrit. Hematocrit, it literally means blood separation. Hematocrit, it is an instrument for measuring the ratio of the volume of RBCs to total volume of blood, typically by centrifugation. This is the centrifuge and this is the hematocrit tube. Here the blood is withdrawn into the hematocrit tube and it can be centrifuged, and due to this centrifugation method, the blood can be separated, but the blood can be separated. Here the plasma and the blood formed elements are separated by the process of centrifugation. The hematocrit is a ratio of volume of RBCs to total volume of blood. It is different for men and women. Hematocrit, it is different from men and women. The normal range in case of male, it is about 42 to 52%, and in case of woman, it is about 37 to 47%. The next second formed element is white blood corpuscles, or it is also called as WBCs or leukocytes. Leuko means white, colorless. The WBCs are colorless, irregular, nucleated and amoeboid cells, show polymorphism. Here in the figure, the WBCs, white blood cells. These are irregular in shape. These are irregular in shape, nucleated and amoeboid cells. This is the amoeboid movement. The amoeboid cells show polymorphism. Polymorphism, poly means many, morph means form. That means it is the ability of an object to take on many forms. It is called as polymorphism. The WBCs are larger than RBCs. The passage of blood cells, especially leukocytes, through the unruptured walls of the capillaries into the tissues is called diapedesis. The process which is called as diapedesis is what? That means the passage of blood cells, especially leukocyte cells, through the unruptured walls of capillaries into the tissues is called diapedesis. Here in this process, the leukocytes, these are pass through this wall without rupturing the wall into the tissues. These leukocytes can pass without rupturing the walls in the tissues. This process is called as diapedesis. An average 5,000 to 11,000 WBCs per millimeter cube of blood. Then the decrease in number of white blood corpuscles, that is less than 4,000, it is called as leukopenia. Here in this figure, this is the leukopenia. That means the normal range of WBCs, it is about 5,000 to 11,000 WBCs per mm cube of blood. But when the number is decreased, then which is less than 4,000, it is called as leukopenia. Here this condition is called as leukopenia. Decrease in number of WBC is called leukopenia. Then the temporary increase in number of WBC is called as leukocytosis. Temporary increase in number of WBCs is called as leukocytosis. This is the figure. See in this figure, this condition is called as leukocytosis. That means temporary increase in number of WBC. Then uncontrolled increase in number of WBC is called leukemia, or it is also called as blood cancer. Uncontrolled increase in number of WBC. Here in this figure, the uncontrolled WBC is this figure, and in this figure, see carefully, the uncontrolled increase in number of WBC is called leukemia, or it is also called as blood cancer. Here the cells are, their number is increases. Mainly WBCs are concerned with defense mechanism, that is protection. Here in the COVID-19 process, that is virus, the defense mechanism which is concerned with the WBC, that is protection. Then the types of white blood cells. Leukocytes are differentiated into two main types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocyte cells are again differentiated into neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. Agranulocytes are differentiated into two types, monocytes and lymphocytes. Here monocytes are also called as macrophages. Lymphocytes, they are again differentiated into B cells, T cells and natural killer cells. This is the diagrammatic representation of leukocytes, that is types of white blood cells. Here this is the agranulocytes and this is the granulocytes. Agranulocytes, that is lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes and monocytes. Granulocytes means eosinophil, basophil, neutrophil and eosinophils. Then granulocytes. Granulocytes means what? Their cytoplasm contains granules. That means the cells, their cytoplasm contains granules with a granular cytoplasm. Here in this figure, the neutrophils, they are granulated. That means the cytoplasm is contains granules. Also called polymorphonuclear leukocytes. That means the granulocytes are also called polymorpho. Poly means many, morpho means form. Polymorphonuclear leukocyte, that is PMN cells. They have lobulated nuclei in different shapes. Their nucleus is lobulated. Here the nucleus, it is lobulated. That means contains more than 2 lobes. Formed from myeloid stem cells and once formed do not divide. This can be formed from, that means granulocytes can form from myeloid stem cells and once formed they do not divide. It constitutes about 72% of total WBCs. Actually, granules are secretory vesicles which contain various secretions and enzymes. Then the types of granulocytes: neutrophils, basophils and eosinophils. Here the figure is neutrophils. In these neutrophils, the granules are very fine and large in number and it is evenly distributed. It is evenly distributed. In the neutrophils, the granules are very fine and they are present in large number and they are evenly distributed. Evenly means in equal numbers. These are stained with natural stains or natural dyes, neutral dyes. About 70% of total WBCs, the neutrophils are present. Neutrophils are about 70% of total WBCs. Cells are spherical and nucleus is several lobe, that is 2 to 7 lobe. Cells are spherical in shape. Here in the figure, cells are spherical in shape and nucleus is several lobed, that is 2 to 7 lobe. This is the lobulated nucleus. It can able to perform amoeboid movements, that is neutrophils can perform amoeboid movement. The second type, that is basophils. This is the figure of basophil. It is also called as cyanophils. Cells have very few granules of large size. Here the cytoplasm contains large size granules. Here the granule size is large as compared to other type of granulocytes. It can be stained with basic stains like methylene blue. Non-phagocytic in nature, small spherical cells, twisted nucleus. That means the basophils are non-phagocytic in nature. Phagocytic means what? They can engulf the foreign particles, microorganisms, bacteria or viruses or foreign particles. But these basophils are non-phagocytic in nature. They are small in size, spherical cells and also twisted nucleus. This is the nucleus which is twisted. Basophils are about 0.5 to 1% of total WBCs. Present in infected and allergic conditions only. The basophils are present in which conditions? infected and allergic conditions only. Then next is eosinophils. It is also called acidophils. It contains lysosomal granules that are stained to red color with acidic stains like eosin. This is the red color granules which is present in the cytoplasm, which can be stained by acidic stains or acidic dyes, that is eosin. Hence the color is red. It is about 1 to 3% of total WBCs, and nucleus is bilobed. Here see in this figure or diagram, the nucleus is bilobed. Then functions of granulocytes. The functions of neutrophils. The function is phagocytosis. That means responsible for destroying pathogens. That means the foreign particles which are enter in our body, these foreign particles can be destroyed by the neutrophils. Hence these are called as phagocytic cells. This is the phagocytosis method. The second, that is basophils. It can play a significant role in promoting infected and allergic conditions. Basophils, they are only active during the infected and allergic conditions. It can play a significant role in promoting infected and allergic conditions. It can secrete heparin, histamine and serotonin. These three secretions are secreted by the basophils. That is heparin. Heparin, it is an anticoagulant substance which is secreted by the basophils. That means blood thinner that prevents the formation of blood clot. Blood coagulation or blood clot formation prevent करण्यासाठी heparin हा secrete केला जातो. It is an anticoagulant substance which is secreted by the basophil. Then second is histamine. Histamine, it is an organic nitrogenous compound involved in local immune responses as well as physiological functions in the gut and acting as a neurotransmitter for the brain, spinal cord and uterus. It also involved in the inflammatory response and has a central role as a mediator of itching. This is the role of histamine which is secreted by the basophils. And the third secretion, that is serotonin. Serotonin, it is a chemical that has a wide variety of function in the human body. Sometimes it is called happy chemical. Sometimes it is called happy chemical because it contributes to well-being and happiness. It contributes to well-being and happiness. Serotonin is also called as natural mood stabilizer. It is also called as natural mood stabilizer. This serotonin is neurotransmitter in human body. The function of serotonin is what? The function of serotonin is it regulates mood and social behavior. It regulates appetite and digestion. It regulates sleep, memory and sexual desire. Then the third type of granulocyte cell is eosinophils. Eosinophils, it can destroy antigen-antibody complex by phagocytosis. It can be also phagocytic in nature. It can destroy antigen-antibody complex by phagocytosis. Their number increases in allergic conditions. Eosinophils are also active during the allergic conditions. Their number is increases in allergic conditions. Show antihistaminic property. It can show antihistaminic property. Antihistaminic, That means antihistaminic properties. The example is Benadryl, used to treat allergy symptoms and itching. Then it is responsible for detoxification. It is responsible for detoxification. Detoxification is the process, physiological or medical removal of toxic substances from living organisms, including the human body, which is mainly carried out by liver. This is called as detoxification. That means D means remove, and toxic substances are removed by these eosinophils, and it can be carried out by liver. See here in the figure the granulocytes, the functions of granulocytes, that is the phagocytosis. Here in the first figure, the phagocytic cells, that is neutrophils, they are engulf the foreign particles or pathogens. Here during the inflammatory responses, the bacteria, the neutrophils, macrophages, that is WBCs, they are active and the active in the inflammatory responses. Here in this figure, the microorganisms or the pathogens are engulfs during the process of phagocytosis. Here the bacteria or pathogens are here, and these white blood cells, they can be engulfed. This is, see here, they can engulf the pathogens or they can destroy the pathogens. Then the second type is called as agranulocytes. Cytoplasm is without granules. Nuclei are large in size but are not lobulated like granulocytes. Nuclei are large in size but are not lobulated. Formed from lymphoid stem cells and can divide by mitosis. They can be formed from lymphoid stem cells and can be divided by mitosis. These cells are constitute about 28% of total WBC. Two types of agranulocytes. There is two types of agranulocytes, lymphocytes and monocytes. Here the monocytes, that is macrophages, and the lymphocytes, that is helper cells, T cells, B cells and cytotoxic T cells. The lymphocytes are the smallest cells of all the WBCs. That is, the lymphocytes, they are the smallest cells of all the WBCs. Large spherical nucleus. In these lymphocytes, the nucleus is large and spherical in shape. They constitute about 25 to 30% of total WBCs. They can constitute about 25 to 30% of total WBCs. Here the lymphocytes, that is B and T lymphocytes. See in this figure. Depending upon the function, they are of two types. Depending upon the function, they are of two types, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Here these are the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, the function of lymphocytes is what? B cells produce antibodies that are used to attack invading bacteria, viruses and toxins. B cells produce antibodies that are used to attack invading bacteria, viruses and toxins. B lymphocytes, they are matured in bone marrow What is bone marrow? We are already studied in 11th class. Matured in bone marrow, it is responsible for antibody production or humoral immunity. It is responsible for antibody production. See in this diagram, the antibodies are produced by B lymphocytes. Observe this animation carefully. And it is also responsible for humoral immunity. Humoral immunity, it is also called antibody mediated immunity, with assistance from helper T cells. B cells will differentiate it into plasma. This is the helper T cells. B cells will differentiated into plasma B cells, and that can be produced antibodies against a specific antigen. Example, antibodies occur in blood, gastric and mucus secretions, and in breast. Antibodies occur in blood, gastric and mucus secretions, and in breast. Here the antibodies can be produced by the B lymphocytes. Highly specific antigen antibody immunity. That is, B lymphocytes are highly specific antigen antibody immunity. Here the second type of agranulocyte, T lymphocytes. It is matured in thymus, responsible for cell mediated immunity. There are four main subtypes of T lymphocytes. Four main subtypes of T lymphocytes. The first type is called as helper T cells. Second is called as killer T cells. Third is called as memory T cells. And fourth one is called as suppressor T cells. Here the helper T cells, which can be helps in the process of phagocytosis. Here the killer T cells, which can kills the pathogens or bacteria or viruses. Here the memory T cells. This is the memory T cells. This is the memory T cells, which can be produced by the lymphocytes. And this is the suppressor T cells. Suppressor T cells produce chemicals that turn off other immune system cells when an infection has been brought under control. This is the type of T lymphocytes. Then the second type, that is agranulocyte is monocytes. Monocytes are the largest cells of all the WBCs. Lymphocytes are smallest cells, while the monocytes are the largest cells of all the WBCs. Nucleus is large and bean shaped. Nucleus, it is large and bean shaped. They form 3 to 5% of WBCs. They can be actively motile and give rise to macrophages. These cells are actively motile and give rise to macrophages. Mainly phagocytic and in nature, which can destroy the bacteria and dead or damaged tissue by phagocytosis. Mainly they are phagocytic in nature. That means they can destroy the bacteria. Here, see in this figure, here the dying cells are engulfed by the monocytes, and here this is the monocytes which can engulf or destroy the bacteria and dead cells or damaged tissue by the process which is called as phagocytosis. Then the last formed elements, it is called as thrombocytes or platelets. These platelets are cellular fragments formed from the large cells, which is called megakaryocytes. The thrombocytes are formed from the large cells, which is called as megakaryocytes. Here the platelets are formed. In this, see in this way, this is the platelets. This is the platelets, and coagulation factors produced in bone marrow. They are very small oval shaped cells. See, this is the oval cell shape or cell fragments without nucleus. That means nucleus is totally absent in the platelets. Normal count in human blood is about 2.5 to 4.5 lakh per mm cube of blood. This is the normal range, that is 2.5 to 4.5 lakh per mm cube of blood. If number of thrombocytes decreases than normal, this condition is called as thrombocytopenia, which causes internal bleeding, that is called as hemorrhage. That means when the number of thrombocytes is decreases, that means it is decreases less than 2.5 lakh per mm cube of blood, then this condition is called as thrombocytopenia, which can causes the internal bleeding, that is called as hemorrhage. It can secrete platelet factors which are essential in blood clotting. It can secrete platelet factors. See in this video the platelet factors, that means the coagulation factors can be secreted by the platelets, which is essential in the blood clotting. Also seal the ruptured blood vessels by formation of platelet plug or thrombus. See here in this figure, the ruptured blood vessels can be sealed by the platelets. Here see the plug by formation of platelet plug or thrombus. The ruptured cell can be repaired or sealed. It secretes serotonin, a local vasoconstriction.